Welcome back to the Passport Pals podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Olivia.
And we're the Passport Pals. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How are you doing over there?
I'm just dandy. Oh, it's been a long week and it's only Monday.
Yeah, I'm tired.
We're sleepy eepies.
Yeah, so maybe this episode will be very low key, but we got a lot to say, so stay tuned.
No, we're getting high key. There's so much to talk about this episode.
So today is the last episode of our 19-night transatlantic journey.
This is where it gets crazy, guys.
A
this
lot
is
happens in this last two stops.
Yeah, we like jam-packed the last week of this cruise.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, I have something I want to share with the people.
Oh.
Two things
to share with the people.
Do you want good news or bad news first?
Bad news.
Okay, bad news. We had to cancel our next cruise.
Yeah.
And it's all my fault.
I was just about to say. And guess who? Guess who is the reason we had to cancel our next cruise?
That might be me.
But it's
I got
all
a
for good
stupid new
reasons.
job. Don't get a job.
Get a job, first of all. Second of all. Yeah.
And the
Josh got a new
training
job.
for this new job is right when this cruise
But
was.
it's exciting and we're very happy for Josh. Everyone say, yay, Josh.
Yay. But I'm
Woo.
sad. Like, I contemplated, like, I really want this job. But, like, when I got the job offer, my immediate thought was, should I turn this down? Because I really wanted to go on this cruise.
We have been, like, counting down and talking about this specific trip. And it wasn't even extravagant.
Yeah, it's
it
just a
literally
3-night
was a
cruise to
3-night
the
cruise.
Bahamas.
But we
But,
were
like-
like counting down the minutes until we were able to get on another ship.
Yeah.
So it's a little unfortunate, but
really
thankfully it's reschedulable, so it's not like entirely canceled.
Yeah, it was a casino offer, so we can
Postponed.
reschedule and or get our money back if worse comes to worse. Like, if this was a regular cruise, that would have been really bad.
I actually probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Well, and the week after, I'm supposed to be going on Star of the Seas with my mom, and I don't know if I can go on that either.
Oh, I would have turned down the job.
So I'm really sad. Don't get a job.
No, you're gonna have to figure that out. Can I go?
If you want.
I might be. Oh, stay tuned.
Oh.
Mommy Corjay and Olivia Cruz. She
Yeah.
can replace you on the podcast and we can talk about our
Ooh.
adventures. Now that would be
That
quite
would be
the
fun.
episode.
Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm just sad. Many a cruise is canceled.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
It's okay, I guess.
It'll
But it's
be
not. I'm
fine.
just sad.
yeah. I am also sad. He told me he got the job and I was like, he was like, oh, this might make me a bad person. And I was like, oh, we're not going. But it's okay. Mind you, this is the second trip we've had to cancel because of Josh.
Yeah,
and his
because
work.
I got a new job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, if I had a nickel for every time this has happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which is
isn't
not
a
a
lot.
lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the good news, though?
Snack wraps are back at McDonald's.
Oh. Get out of here. The day they dropped
July
again,
10th.
July 10th.
It's a national holiday.
We were sitting in the parking lot of the McDonald's going crazy stupid with those snack wraps.
Yeah. Kind of ties in to what we're talking about, though, because when we were in Europe, they have snack wraps, and
All
we
we
ate
ate.
many snack wraps.
All
So
we ate was snack wraps.
kind of unrelated, kind of very related, but I'm excited
That's
that snack
so
wraps
true.
are back.
I forgot that we did that most of our Europe adventures.
So stay tuned. Next episode after this, we're diving into the rest of our European summer. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. But yeah. But with that, should we get into the passport report?
Let's do it.
What's going on in the world of travel news over there?
All right, everybody. So if you recall a few episodes ago, I don't remember how many few episodes
A lot.
ago.
We've done a lot since this, I think.
Yeah, what episode is this?
18.
Holy cannoli. Okay, perfect. All right. So, if you recall, I talked a little bit about like TSA and the processes of going through TSA and
How terrible it is.
How grateful we are for the high security and keeping us safe in the skies. That being said, the process is a little anxiety inducing. And like I talked a little bit because MCO is kind of our home airport. And like when I go to MCO, I really never know what's going to happen next. Will I have to take my laptop out of my bag? I don't know. Will I have to take my shoes off? Unclear. There's really no telling. However, now, the Department of Homeland Security has announced a new policy which will allow passengers traveling through domestic airports to keep their shoes on while passing through security screening at TSA checkpoints.
Score.
Yeah.
So now you can wear your hard to get off fun sneakers if you want.
True. Oh, true. Now, here's my thing. I didn't mind having to take my shoes off. That's not the issue. The issue is I just never know what I'm going to get next, right? I don't care about having to take my shoes off because if it's going to protect me, it's going to protect me. And I literally will not step foot in an airport without socks on. Like,
oh yeah, barefoot in the TSA is crazy.
Straight to jail. So, like, I've never been worried about having to take my shoes off. It's more necessarily like, will I have to? Won't I have to? I don't know until I'm right there. And then I'm scrambling to get shoelaces untied. And then I'm like, because I also don't fly without sneakers on. Like, sneakers are just, I have to because in my mind, I'm like, if we go down.
You need good footwear.
I need good footwear. I don't want to be in Crocs if we're going down. You know what I mean? That's my mindset. My mantra. So,
but no more.
Score. So, yeah, I don't know what my thoughts are, though, because I feel like if we remember, the whole reason that we have this is because that man, Richard Reed, I think his name was, tried to, like, detonate in his shoes with, like, devices in his shoes. And I told Josh this, and he was like, the technology is better than 2001, Olivia. And I was like,
I just feel like we would know if you had in someone's shoe at this point.
Not necessarily the detonator.
I feel like we would know. And if
you would know,
but if I think they said
if someone had a tiny little red button,
like it would go beep 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 beep.
It would be too late by then.
Well, if they're planning on detonating it in TSA, but like you can't stop that anyways, whether you take your shoes off or not.
That's so true. No, but like,
but if you get flagged for like suspicion, they're gonna make you take your shoes off still, I think.
I guess that's true. But I'm like, if we're not taking our shoes off, how is someone not gonna like just go through and be like, oh, it was my belt? Oh, I guess they'd have to go through again. And then they get.
And I think it's like a full body scan. It can see where.
I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas, but like there are ways, I think, like scary ways that you could probably pull it off.
But they do like the 360 body scan metal detector. I think they know. I would hope they wouldn't remove it if they didn't know.
TSA.
Let us know if you're a TSA agent.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. Are there any TSA agents listening in? Thank you for what you do, first of all, because I like to be safe in the skies. But, like, what's the dealio? How do you guys really identify? Because, like, I have never experienced such high security except when I was in Europe, which is kind of crazy because the United States was literally attacked. But, like, when we were in London, they were like searching all of your belongings to find hand sanitizer. You know what kind of things I've gotten away bringing through United States TSA? I'm not going to say them on public record, but there are things that get through United States TSA that like they just don't care, especially in high yielding airports. Like there's a way to get through the cracks, especially nowadays.
Oh, stay safe out there.
I don't know.
Then.
I'm just a little scared. And like, if I take my shoes off, are people going to be mad at me? What if there's a detonator in there? I'm just kidding. But like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, sure, it's going to make the process go a little bit smoother. But to be honest with you, like, I never minded having to take my shoes off. I just didn't know if I was going to have to or not. And that was what the anxiety was about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
we'll see how it goes.
We will see. Hopefully everything goes well.
I was just going to say, hopefully we don't see in a negative way how everything goes. Anyways, please stay safe and please don't.
Yeah.
That's all I have for today news-wise. You don't have to take your shoes off anymore. But that is not grounds for wearing absolutely insane footwear. Okay? If I catch you in a flip-flop on a flight and we go down, I'm not sharing my sneakers. We will not be swapping sneakers.
I'm a flip-flop wearer on flights.
That's dangerous.
But because of the shoes off, so
what if
now
you have to
maybe
run?
I can run.
In flip-flops?
I'll take them off.
No way. You're going to swim in the ocean in, like, slides?
I think I would rather not have sneakers if the plane goes down in the ocean, actually.
I would rather have sneakers.
I don't want wet, soggy sneakers weighing me down. I would think. I'd rather be barefoot.
You would sink from sneakers?
Wet, sobby sneakers, yeah.
I don't think you'd care about the soppiness when you're fighting to stay afloat in the ocean.
I would give in.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. I feel like it would bring me comfort to know that like my feet were safe from the depth of the ocean. Yeah. Like, you never know. You know when like something touches your foot in the ocean? I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
My feet are encased in a sneaker shell. Anyways, hopefully we don't have to find out how we would act.
Actually, kind of related, a Delta flight just had to get rerouted. It was going from London to like New York over the Atlantic, and they had to get rerouted to the Azores because they lost an engine over the Atlantic.
Lost an engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the
if
captain came over. Hey, we just lost the engine. We're gonna.
At any point in an airplane, I heard anyone really, doesn't even have to be the pilot, somebody say, "We just lost an engine," I would turn into the Antichrist. I would be screaming at the top of my lungs endlessly. There would be I wouldn't stop. I would just be bawling my eyes out, panicked.
Well, they made it safely.
Or there's one of two ways this could go. I would be screaming and crying, or I would be collecting as many snacks as I could. I mean, like, if this is it for me, I want to go down full. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to go down hungry. Give me the meal. Actually, warm it up in the microwave right now. Like if I found out the engine had gone and I hadn't gotten my second meal that I paid for during my international flight, I would be asking for the service early just in case. Like if we go down, I need to be like satiated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No way. I did not hear about that, but good thing because we've got a long haul flight coming up and I'm going to be heavily medicated in order to get on there. Heavily. But it'll be fine. Yeah. And potentially be upgrading to first class.
Yeah.
Anyways. What's your news?
Mine's kind of short and sweet. It's kind of stupid too, but
that's
it's
how we like
Royal
it.
Caribbean.
Short, sweet, and stupid.
Royal Caribbean has banned the hiding of ducks in Central Park.
Oh, in Central Park. Okay, tell me more. Why? What's their reasoning?
Just to save the plants.
Oh.
Because they're like real plants.
Okay, what does hiding my silly little duck do to the plants?
I don't know. I guess you're disturbing it if you're digging in there or if you're looking for ducks. Maybe people were ripping up plants.
If you're burying ducks, there's something wrong with you. Okay? First of all. Second of all, like somebody has to ruin it for everybody, don't they? Mm-hmm. Because I bet someone was just like gently placing them on the leaves, hoping somebody would have a nice little time. And then there's probably somebody who's like digging a hole to place their duck into, in which nobody would ever find it.
Yeah.
Until the little, what are they called? Botanists on board go and investigate their little plants, and they're like, "What is this duck?" Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah. And I feel like that was a good hiding place. Plenty of spots.
I've never been, so I couldn't tell you, but that sucks.
So yeah, if you're going on an Oasis or Icon class ship, do not hide your duck in Central Park.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
And Disney's banned ducks.
Allegedly. I don't know. I kind of heard that.
Yeah, like I heard they did, and then it was like, meh, do they really care?
I'm going to hide my ducks. I used to hide them a lot. I haven't really. I'm just kind of tired.
Yeah.
But I'm going to. Nobody's going to stop me.
I'm actually looking at the bag of Christmas ducks from Josh's Advent calendar TikTok thing that he did. And we need to book a Christmas cruise just so that you can hide all of your Christmas duckies.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Should we get into the end of our transatlantic cruise?
Let's do it.
All right. So picking up where we left off, we're now in Lisbon, Portugal. So we had an overnight port stop in Lisbon too. So we're here for like a day and a half because day 2 we left at like noon. But it's still really cool. We got to spend the whole day out there. Mm-hmm. Now, originally we did have an excursion booked through MSC. And the day before, we realized it wasn't going where we wanted to go.
Yeah. So I had a friend who visited Portugal, and she was like, you have to go to this place. And she like told me everything about it. And I was like, yes, absolutely. I want to do that. So I was looking at the MSC like excursions, and they had a picture of this place on the excursion. So we booked it. We were like, yes, perfect. And then the more that we read, I was like, wait a minute, it's not even going there. So where is it going? And it was going to a completely different place. So if you didn't know, Lisbon is like where the central port is. But Sintra is where there's hustle and bustle and a lot of like palaces and castles and like ruin type places. And so it's a really hot spot to go. However, it is quite a bit of a distance. So we figured in order to get there, it would be just as easier to book an excursion. Mm-hmm. Well, literally like 2 nights before we got there, I think we canceled our excursion. Mm-hmm. And we had to like beg and plead them.
We had to beg, yeah.
And I was like, listen, you guys are liars. Mm-hmm. So it's not my fault that you had false advertising and I totally thought it was going here.
And we wanted to go to Quinta de Regalera. I'm probably saying that wrong.
That was really awful. Quinta de Regalera, I think.
There's no Ria, though. Regalera.
Oh. I actually don't know that. But it's definitely Quinta.
I don't know how to say it, but that's where we wanted to go. And the excursion wasn't going there.
Yeah. So we didn't book anything, actually. No. We looked it up. And this was another problem that we had. We paid a lot of money for this excursion. Mm-hmm. And then I looked it up. And like the ticket to get in was like $15. And we paid probably near $200 a person. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no way, actually.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so we canceled. Mm-hmm. And then our fun friends that we've talked about, Jesse and Lawrence, they didn't have anything planned in Lisbon. And we were like, guess what you're doing?
You're coming with us.
You're coming with us. So we sold them, and I was like, look at this cool place that I know about. Let's go. Mm-hmm. And we ended up splitting an Uber.
And the Uber was only 35 euros each way for an hour ride. Mm-hmm. It cost that much to go like 20 minutes in Orlando.
Split between 4 people. Like, yeah. Hello.
Score.
Mm-hmm. And the guy was so nice. And like,
so nice.
We were pulling up Google Translate, and I was trying to speak to him in Portuguese, and I was like, and then we would talk to him, and he was so funny. He loved that we were trying to like speak to him, and I was like, obrigada. Like, it was so goofy, but he was such a nice guy. I wish we had him on the way back.
Yeah, he was really nice. But we got off in Lisbon and hopped right in our Uber and made it to Sintra and Quinta.
Yep. So there's a bit of history to do with this. So it's a palace. It is renowned for its features and stunning fusion of architectural styles. Mm-hmm. The biggest feature of this palace is what's called the Initiation Well, which I'll get into later. However, a little bit of history for you. It is actually classified as a World Heritage Site within the cultural landscape of Sintra. The property has a romantic palace, chapel, and a luxurious park that features lakes, grottos, wells, benches, fountains, and a vast array of exquisite constructions. Okay, well, I don't know when it was built, but it was sold in 1892.
Wow.
So it's very old. to be honest with you. Very old. The palace contains 5 floors, and you can go inside. So we like toured all the inside of the palace. We toured the entire garden. We spent how many hours there?
3.
Yeah, we spent 3 hours.
It was really beautiful.
There's a beautiful little cafe you can eat at. We definitely ate there. It was so cute and delicious. The little chapel was like so precious. But nonetheless, so the highlight of this is the initiation well. So this initiation well, the date of construction for the well is estimated to be between 1904 and 1911. It's 88 feet deep. And it was designed by an Italian architect under the direction of a Brazilian Portuguese businessman who was the owner of the estate at the time. And the initiation well was allegedly constructed for ritualistic purposes, and there are various theories regarding its use. Many believe it was used at the location of night initiation ceremonies, which they would descend the spiral staircase and emerge into a pitch black labyrinth where they would literally and figuratively navigate their way up to the light. So the spiral staircases, depending on which way the initiate or visitor chooses to walk, the well initiates either a descent into Mother Earth's depths or an ascent into the light. It resembles an inverted tower with a winding stair architecture, which symbolizes the death or rebirth narrative that is common in many spiritual traditions. There are 9 platforms, which are thought to represent the 9 circles of hell, or the 9 divisions of purgatory, and the 9 skies that make up paradise in the theological poem Divine Comedy, which was composed in the 14th century. It also leads to underground tunnels. There are 4 tunnels built from the bottom of the well to the grottos and the second well. The walls of these tunnels have pink and brown undertones, and they represent a transition from death to resurrection and the road from darkness to light, or ignorance to enlightenment. They appear to bring together various elements of the fantastical world. So yeah, there's a lot of like symbolism with it. It was just historical and it seemed cool, and I wanted to go to a palace.
We were reborn.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was, unfortunately, since it is such like a tourist site, you're kind of rushed through the process. Like, they like are quite literally yelling at you from the bottom and the top. Keep moving. Do not stop. Do not stop. So we really didn't even stop to take pictures or anything, because like you were just walking down this staircase and like trying to take in the beauty of it because it's 88 feet. But yeah, it was cool. I would do it again.
Highly
it was
recommend.
beautiful.
Yeah. And affordable to do on your own.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we didn't do a guided tour or anything. We just walked around by ourselves. There's signs everywhere telling you what everything means and what everything is, and it was so cheap.
It was, yeah.
It was so cheap.
And so cool, beautiful, all the things.
Yeah. We had a blast there.
Yeah.
So we spent a few hours there.
And then made our way back to Lisbon, the city center. Now, today happened to be Cinco de Mayo. So I had one request. I wanted to find a Mexican restaurant in the middle of Lisbon.
And that we did.
We were going to celebrate. Now, I found this place on Google. It's called K-Tal. And I called to make a reservation because I didn't know and I wanted my spot. So in our drive at some point, I called and made a reservation. And the guy seemed kind of confused, but he's like, okay, I'll see you at this time. And then we show up. The place was empty.
Completely dead. Literally not a single other soul. Except for the man who answered the phone. Just him.
I felt kind of silly. But
I was like worried.
Yeah.
I was like, we should not be eating here. There's got to be a reason the locals are not here. Like, there is a reason, okay?
But he did say that they had just opened up. So I don't know. This was a year ago at this point. I don't know if it's still there, K-Tal in Lisbon. But let me tell you, the food was incredible.
Well, hang on, because this is quite the story. We got there and we were like all kind of skeptical, scared. And this man brings out like sombreros for us, and he is just the most lively person. Okay, mind you, everyone in Portugal is quite possibly the kindest people I've ever met in my whole life. They are so welcoming, such a kind culture, like such wonderful people, everybody in Portugal. But he was like just so excited that we were there and like so thankful. So we were like started ordering. We started off with drinks and stuff. Let me tell you, that man had a heavy pour.
And he gave us 2 rounds of shots on him. He's like, oh, thank you for coming. Here you go.
Yeah. He just kept bringing them. And he's like, let's take one together. So all 5 of us took a shot together. And we were just living our lives. So we ordered a bunch of different food.
Yeah, we tried everything, like burritos, tacos, quesadillas, I think.
And it was just him.
It was, yeah.
And it was
incredible.
Truly some of the best Mexican food I have ever eaten in my life.
Yeah, it was so good.
I dream about that food.
I hope K-Tal is still there. And I want to go to Lisbon just to eat there.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah, it was, oh my God.
It was
so good.
delicious. And he was just such a doll. He was just so thankful we were there. And we were having such a good time. If you look up K-Tal in Lisbon, you will see our review.
Yeah, with a picture.
Pictures of us, pictures of the food, pictures with our friends in our sombreros doing shots. He was genuinely one of the kindest people we met on our whole trip. And the food was impeccable. The restaurant was impeccable. If you are going and you want good Mexican food, go here.
And it was right by the cruise port too. 5 minutes, 10 minutes max walk.
Yeah,
but it was
we walked.
right there.
But we had a blast. So we celebrated Cinco de Mayo all the way across the world.
And then after dinner, I think our friends were like, hey, we want to go watch the sunset from this terrace. It says we can see the whole city if we go up there.
This is where my downfall happened, actually.
This is actually where my night got better.
So at this point, I drunk. Okay. Wasted. Now I'm a lightweight. We were 2 shots and a margarita deep, and I was gone. Could not tell you my own name. I couldn't. I was struggling. Now, if you don't know anything about Portugal, it is very hilly.
It was a hike.
You are walking at a incline 99% of the time. Okay? Or a decline, which can also be dangerous. It was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life to get up to this terrace. To get up to this like balcony terrace situation. Now, 100% worth it.
Yeah, it was so cool. Just seeing the sunset, the city, and because everything's on a slant, you can like see all the buildings on like a hill, and it was just so cool. There was there was like a buzz in the air. Like there was a lot of like locals just hanging out.
It had to have been a well-known spot because people were just there drinking and having fun and talking and having, dessert. And it was, oh my God, playing music.
So cool. Definitely one of the highlights of the trip for me.
We got to move.
I know. Shout out Mama's Hive. Just moved to Portugal.
We're coming,
We're
baby.
coming.
I'm on the way. I want to move to Portugal so bad, but I don't know a lick of Portuguese.
Oh, we'll get there. We can learn.
Potentially. Anyways.
But yeah, it was just, so we hung out on the terrace with our friends, watched the sunset. Now, we met up with another one of our friends from the cruise at this terrace. They happened to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And they had done, where did they go?
They went to Fatima, which Fatima is a very like holy place. It's one of the first places that Mary was seen. And it's very healing and holy, and there's a lot of good energy there.
Well, we all met up back at this terrace coincidentally.
Yeah, and they had a beautiful day. So that's another thing you could potentially do in Lisbon. It is a bit of a hike.
Yeah,
so,
they were like, they took trains and buses and this and that.
Yeah, and they were concerned that they weren't going to make it back. Like they had been telling us for days, being like, we're not sure we're going to make it back before the cruise leaves. And if so, like, we'll catch you in the next stop, I guess. Like, we'll have to take a plane and meet you. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So maybe just like proceed with caution, I guess. But they got really lucky and they made it back with plenty of time to enjoy the terrace.
Yeah. And they were drinking this famous wine from Portugal. I think it's port wine. I don't know. I'm jealous I didn't get some.
Why didn't you?
I don't know why, but I'm mad I didn't. Maybe we didn't have any cash. I think that was it.
Oh, we might not have been carrying euros.
Yeah.
But the vibes were so good.
And then once the sun set, we made it over to some other terrace and we're just hanging out. There was this like snack hut. We got a bunch of pastries and we're just hanging out, eating some treats. And they were
amazing.
So good.
I feel like this was one of the major differences we encountered in like Europe is like these hole in the wall places. Sometimes in the United States, they're really, really scary. But oh my God.
Yeah, it was just incredible. I had a great day.
Mm-hmm. It was really a beautiful, beautiful part of our trip. I think that was one of my favorite
Me
days.
too. Absolutely. Hands down.
It might have been my favorite.
I think so.
You're welcome to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
For finding the palace.
But yeah, after that, we made it back to the ship probably around 11 because we were overnight, so we didn't have to be back on. We did some souvenir shopping. So yeah, we made it back to the ship. And then day 2 in Lisbon, we went out. We had breakfast at some cafe. I fell in love with the pastel de natas, the famous pastry in Portugal. Love them. I want to go back just to have one of those as well.
Yeah.
So we had some pastries. Went in and just walked around.
We
saw
just enjoyed the city.
We went to the Pink Street, which our friends were like, oh, we heard of this Pink Street. It's this big thing. We're like, okay, let's go. So yeah, then we make it to the Pink Street and it was not pink and vibrant. It was very dull, very dirty. It was just not a... Don't go to the Pink Street.
Don't go to Pink Street. It was such a tourist trap. It literally was like... I don't even know what to call it. It was dirty street. Mm-hmm. It was like sketchy street. Like we should not have been there.
Yeah. But then the holy grail of the day, we went to McDonald's.
Oh, yes, we did.
It was our first junk McDonald's in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Mind you, we are McDonald's. If you couldn't tell by our snack wrap news at the very beginning of this episode, we love McDonald's. Mm-hmm. We eat McDonald's probably a few times a week.
Way too much. And spoiler, we ate it quite a bit in Europe.
Yeah.
But our first McDonald's in Europe, incredible.
Yeah, it really hit different.
It was healing. I ate a triple cheeseburger.
Yeah. We ate.
Yeah.
Like we devoured. I remember being like, I have to get one of everything.
Mm-hmm. And it was like 11 a.m. because we had to be back by like noon, and it had just switched to lunch, and we're like, I don't care, we need McDonald's.
We were like counting down until they switched to lunch, and we had to be back at the ship like 30 minutes later, and we were like, can we make it?
We're going to
make it happen is what we're gonna do, because we waited till it switched to lunch, immediately ordered burgers and french fries and chicken nuggets and all kinds of things.
It was incredible.
Oh my god, yeah, that was really healing. I forgot about that.
So shout out Lisbon.
Oh yeah,
great port stop.
Oh my god, we should move.
Yeah. And Portugal had never been on my radar, not in like a bad way or anything. I just never had
it's just not one of those ones you hear from people like
I just never
must
heard
do
much about it.
Let this be your must do.
Go to Portugal. Go. It was amazing. Incredible.
Yeah. I loved Portugal.
Yeah, it was incredible. But then we made it back to the ship and kept on keeping on. Now, once we hit Lisbon, there was a shift. More people boarded. And we kind of had one of those moments where it's like, we've been on this ship for the past 2.5 weeks, and now you're getting on.
Yeah.
And you're thinking it's your ship. No, we own this place. What do you think you're doing here?
I forgot we had that like moment. We really were struggling. Like, we had bad attitudes.
Like, who do you think you are? This is our ship.
Yeah, us and our friends both. We were like sitting at lunch being like, oh my God, these imbeciles. Like, this is our buffet. Like,
how dare they come on our ship?
Yeah, we had serious territory issues. I don't even know why. Like, it's a boat. But just like, we had like figured out our routine and our spots and our things and our dynamic with everybody on board, and then we have to figure out a new dynamic,
and all of a sudden it was busy. There was people everywhere.
Yeah, that's so true. So true. I completely forgot about that, and we were in a bad mood for like a whole day,
and it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, because then from then on people were getting on at every port.
So yeah, we were kind of territorial. That's a good word.
We were. I completely forgot about that experience, but we definitely had some issues. Like, we were nasty.
But it's like when you get off any cruise, like your cruise is like come to an end and you're like, I can't believe somebody's getting on the cruise and we're getting off.
No, but it was like worse.
It was because we were still on with them.
It wasn't like, oh, I can't believe I have to get off and they're getting on today. It was more like, I can't believe they're getting on today and I'm like still here. Like, this is my boat and this is my trip and you're not allowed to just like come bombard it. Oh my God, in the line for dinner. And I remember just being like, oh my God, these people are so rude. Like, you're so rude. But anyways.
Yeah, so that happened, but we still were having a good time. We sailed through the Strait of Gibraltar.
Oh my God, that was so cool.
That was cool.
You know, the unfortunate thing about this trip, though, is that everything cool happened at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, what was that about? They're like, yeah, we're going to sail right next to the Statue of Liberty at 5:30. See you guys in the morning. We're going through the Strait of Gibraltar at 5:45. Like, what was going on?
Yeah, it was terrible, but it was cool because Spain was on one side, Morocco on the other. How cool.
Yeah, it was insane. We have pictures of us like with our heads in between two continents.
Yeah, we're like, Europe and Africa is right there.
It was crazy.
It was really cool. And just
it was
like
very
the mountains
surreal.
And it was really cool.
It was so surreal.
Mm-hmm.
To be looking at two different continents at the same time. Like, who can say that they've done that? Literally two different continents.
Yeah.
And like sailing past Morocco, you could see like the city. We were so close to land that you could see.
It's like, can we stop, please?
Yeah, I was like, pull in. Let's go have dinner. It was beautiful. Yeah. I feel like also this could just be me, but I feel like I mean, there wasn't much going on like the Gibraltar side. Like, it was just like a rock formation. But Morocco, like, there was like people living on the side of the mountain. Like, you could see the city. And I was like, I felt like I could feel their like culture. Just like looking at it from the ship, I was like, I want to go to there so bad because the vibes felt so like, I don't know. The vibes just felt good. I was like, oh,
I want to go. It's like a tease.
It's
like,
pulling
Morocco's
me
right
in.
here. You can't go.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. I was like, why can't we just pull over? Let's stop.
Drop anchor. I'll swim.
Literally. I know y'all have, what are they called?
Tender boats?
I know there's tender boats on this ship. Get me over there right now. I'll drive it myself. Who's coming? Drop a lifeboat and I'll make my way back when I'm ready.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So that was cool.
Such a cool experience. Like once in a lifetime, truly.
We also did brunch at the Steakhouse Butcher's Cut. We saw this and we're like, oh, we have to do this. This sounds cool. We went with our friends. And
don't do it.
I enjoyed my meal, but nobody else did.
Literally just don't do it.
Or get the breakfast sandwich. It was really good. But everybody else, it like looked bad. It tasted bad. I don't know what was going on. I would have rather go
to the main dining room.
Yeah.
It was not worth the money.
Yeah.
It just was not. Like, it was not. It was mediocre food. It was the same food that you find in the buffet. And I was like, hello, we're paying for this. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless.
Yeah. So we did that. Another thing on our journey to Barcelona, we got massages. This was my very first massage ever. Had you ever got one?
No, I don't think I had. Which is a crime.
Yeah.
Actually.
It was really nice. Now, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I thought I would, but it was still like a good experience. Like, it wasn't life-changing for me, but it was still like a very relaxing.
I think that massage is the only thing I've thought about for the past year. Actually. Oh my God, yeah.
And then last but not least, in our C-Day stretch to Barcelona, we got $50 onboard credit each.
Actually, we got this thanks to our friends that went to Fatima. Okay? So they didn't have the Wi-Fi package. And the TV channels weren't working. So they went and they complained to the management. And they were like, we are so bored. And it's your fault. Because none of the channels are working. And the cruise line was like, you know what? True.
Everybody gets $50.
Everyone on board got $50 because the TVs weren't working.
Oh, yeah. We weren't watching TV, but I'll take that $50. Thank you very much.
I couldn't tell you where the remote for that TV was the whole trip. But we had Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So like, mind you, I was on TikTok
Yeah.
20 hours a day, probably. Like, but I could not imagine not
Yeah.
having access to some form of entertainment.
Yeah. It's terrible. So I'm glad they at least offered a credit. So that was fun.
That was fun.
But then we made it to Barcelona, Spain, our last port stop of the cruise, which is kind of everything's coming to an end at this point. It was a very short day here. We kind of touched on it a couple episodes ago. It was just a short day and we didn't get to do all we wanted. But and I went back and I was looking at my pictures to get timestamps. We didn't get off the ship until 1:30 p.m.
And we had to be back by 7.
So 6.5. Is that less than that? 5.5 hours.
Well, this is the problem with having such a short time there too, is that everyone wants to get off at the same time to have the utmost, like most time they can have.
Yeah.
Now the night before we got there, we didn't have anything planned. I had like an idea of what I wanted to do. I had things that I wanted to hit, especially since we had such a short time. But our friends were like, come with us to this place. Have you heard about this place? I had never heard about it, but we were like, okay, I guess. Hindsight, I didn't really want to go. Okay. I was like, I guess so. I mean, fine. Had I had all of the information, totally would have been a no. Okay, we'll get there. Anyways, so we got off at 1:30 p.m. Had to be back by 7. Immediately roadblock.
Yes, we had to take a shuttle bus to even get off of the pier, the dock, but you also had to pay for the shuttle ticket. And this was a whole confusion also the whole day leading up to it. It's like, okay, they gave us a paper in our rooms like, hey, you have to pay for this shuttle. And we're like, okay, how do we pay for it? How do we book it? We went to the excursion desk. They didn't know. So that was just a whole thing. And we got off and then they were like taking our cabin numbers and charging us that way. So that was a whole experience to even just get into Barcelona. And then
yeah, I was like, it's not my fault the ship is 10 miles away from the port. Why are you charging me to take a shuttle when you couldn't get me closer?
And we thought it was going to like take us closer. We were like, okay, we're paying for this. They're going to take us like right in the center of everything. No. It was like the very edge. They took us from the dock to just the very edge of land.
Yeah, literally.
It was crazy.
Now, there was no way you could have walked it because it was like on a highway that we drove. But what the heck? It's not my fault I couldn't walk it. I would have been. Everyone was like in a kerfuffle because we had to pay for it. And it was like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and it was crowded and hot and this and that. So yeah, that was an experience in and of itself. And then we got to mainland. Then we went to McDonald's again. Because we just hadn't eaten anything.
Yeah.
And we're like, we went through this whole thing and we can't not eat. And we're like, we saw a McDonald's and we're like, we don't know what we're going to come across. So grabs.
And then we found out Park Güell, the place we were going to, was a 30-minute drive. And I'm like, we haven't eaten. Like, we need to eat something before we go.
We're booking the Uber and we were like, 30 minutes. Oh,
yeah.
And then we saw this McDonald's. So we grabbed something. We were eating in the Uber because we like booked the Uber and then we're like, hey, we need to eat. So we grabbed McDonald's, brought it in the Uber. Now, one fun thing about Spain McDonald's, they had the McBites, the popcorn chicken. Oh, bring that back. Now we got snack wraps. Bring that back.
I need to move.
I know. We had more McDonald's. We got in the Uber and we made it to Park Güell. So again, I was going back through timestamps before we did this. We made it to Park Güell at 3:00 already. So it took us an hour and a half just to get to our first destination from everything.
And we had to be back on the ship in 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we went around, we walked around. I mean, it was cool. Again, if you had more time, it's not where you should be running to.
I literally would never step foot back in that place.
Yeah, it was a lot of walking. It was hot.
The pictures do better justice than it was, which is usually the opposite. Like, it's like, oh, the pictures didn't do it justice. Let me tell you, the pictures looks like a completely different environment.
And I had seen this picture a lot because a lot of cruise lines use Park Güell. Like when a cruise is going to Barcelona or leaving out of Barcelona, they use this picture with the mosaics as like the main picture. like MSC Royal Caribbean, like they always have like a destination picture. This is the Barcelona destination picture they typically use.
Which is the craziest thing I've ever heard, because the church
Well, I wonder if they like can't use a church. I don't know if that's like a thing because it's like a church advertising. I don't know. But they do use Park Güell
maybe
as the main picture for a lot. So, but yeah. The mosaics were cool, but it wasn't worth the trek in the heat and the walking. It was
hot. There were too many people. It was far too expensive. There was nothing to do. You like looked at the mosaics and you were like, okay, what next? Yeah. Let me look at another mosaic.
To the entrance. We saw them. Okay. Let's go.
There's another mosaic. All right, there's another mosaic. And then like they had these houses, but like we couldn't get to the houses.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody could figure out how to get there, and the whole park was like a maze. It was insane, and we just didn't have enough time to figure it out. Like it was like 5, and I was like, we need to get going because there are things I still want to do that we haven't done, and like we've been here for 2 hours and we haven't done anything. Like we've walked around and looked at mosaics. Cool.
So yeah, we got there, we did that. Don't recommend, especially on a time crunch. So we spent an hour and a half there, and then we made it to La Sagrada Familia 4:45, and then we spent 30 minutes there. I mean, we saw it. It was cool. Again, more time would have been.
It would have been cooler to go inside, like I wanted to do.
I didn't know you could go inside.
Yes, and it's like the most beautiful church ever built. Like it's insane in there. I mean, I wouldn't know because I've never been. But the pictures look really cool.
So yeah,
I will get back to Barcelona. Yeah, mark my words.
Of course.
And I want to do Las Ramblas, which I told everyone from the get-go we should go to Las Ramblas. And everyone was like, we want to go to the park. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then we get to Las Ramblas, and all of our friends, literally Josh and our friends are like, oh, this is so cool. We should have spent our day here. I'm like, no kidding. It's almost like I said we should do that, because there's like everything to do in Las Ramblas. You can shop, you can eat, you can see. There's street markets, there's art, there's culture, there's dancing, there's music. Like it's just the place to be, and it's just this long strip of like fun. Okay,
it was really cool.
So what did we learn? Always listen to Olivia's ideas. Just kidding. But I do wish we had spent more time in Las Ramblas.
Yeah, that was cool. So we spent 30 minutes at La Sagrada. We spent 30 minutes at Las Ramblas, and we had street food, empanadas, sangria. It was incredible.
We had
churros.
My mom like lived in Barcelona for a period of time, and she was like, you have to go have churros con chocolate. So that's what we did.
We did.
And we walked and ate because we were hustling.
We were like, okay, the last shuttle is in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it took 10 minutes to get to the shuttle, like walking.
It was crazy.
It was horrifying. Like we were booking it to that shuttle.
But again, we only had 5.5 hours, like, which is crazy work.
Yeah, I was so mad.
I'd say if you're looking to go on a cruise to Barcelona, look at the time. Definitely. Yeah. And also plan better with your time. But yeah, it was just kind of just sad that we didn't have enough time, and we didn't have enough time to do all the things.
Yeah, it was a bummer, but tensions were high, to say the least. Tensions were very high. Nonetheless, we got back on the ship.
We did, which was a worry.
Yeah, we made it. We made it. Churros in hand.
We made it. And then tonight was White Night, which is a famous thing on MSC. And this was day 17. And we're like, is there even a White Night party on this cruise? It's kind of crazy and sad, if not, that we made it to 17 out of 19 and there was no White Night party.
True. There was.
And it was really fun. It was a good end to the night because we had like the sad, like, oh, Barcelona wasn't as fun as we wanted it to be. And it was kind of just a nice release into the night. Like, oh, we get to dance and party and have the White Night.
White Night is always fun on MSC. Yeah. Like, that's just where the party's at.
But then We made it to the last day of our almost 3-week transatlantic cruise. Crazy. It was a really sad day.
It was. We were saying bye to all of our friends and like packing.
We tried to pack early so we could enjoy the rest of the day and fit all of our stuff that we packed that we didn't need back into our suitcases.
Yeah. We had done laundry that day too. Like all of our undergarments.
It was like hanging on magnetic hooks on the wall.
Yeah. Like, our friends were like, we're going to come to your room and visit. And I'm like, oh my God, there's hangers with all of my underwear scaling the walls. Like when I tell you we had magnetic hooks and we both brought like packable hangers, and to dry our stuff, both of us had our underwear like swinging from the doors. I was like, take it all down, hurry, they're coming. Yeah, so that was crazy.
But yeah, we pretty much just, once we packed, we pretty much had the whole rest of the afternoon and night. We hung out with our friends, hung out on deck. We made use of the drink package today. At least I definitely did. And our friends were very encouraging of that. They were like, oh, come on, let's have another. I was like, okay.
Whatever you say. Oh, you lost money.
Oh, yes. Yeah, in the casino. Because again, we were talking about, we spent so much time in the casino. So throughout one of the previous sea days.
This should have been our first red flag about Park Güell. This was pre-Barcelona when we were like booking Park Güell. Mm-hmm. We were in the casino. Mm-hmm. And I was like... like low-key on purpose not buying the tickets, like hoping that the tickets would go away. I was like, oh, we can't go. But I was like standing there with my phone like there's 2 tickets, like trying whatever. But Josh was gambling. Mm-hmm. But then things went really south.
Yeah, because I don't know, I was gambling and then we booked the tickets, and somehow in that time period I forgot to cash out.
Yeah, and some dishonest.
Yeah, it was $100. I forgot to cash out before we walked away, and it was gone. I thought I had cashed out, but just lost the ticket. And we talked to the casino manager and whatnot, and they were able to track it down. And they were like, "Yeah, no, it was in the machine, and then it's gone."
Yeah, so someone must have played it.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Yeah, so we did lose $100.
But yeah, that was crazy. That was really a bummer and should have been our first red flag. Like that should have been like God channeling and being like, don't go. But anyways, we ended our cruise in the casino.
We did. And yeah, had a nice relaxing day and ended it hanging out with all our friends and had to say goodbye, unfortunately, to everybody. It was
our
really
servers.
sad.
Oh my God.
It was just so sad.
The staff were incredible.
Because 19 nights, we made a lot of friends. Even though we're not make friend type of people, we had made quite a few friends. And it was really sad.
Yeah, we're not really like social butterflies, but like you see the same people for 5 weeks, you're like, or for 3 weeks, you're like, hey.
And we kind of had this group because our friends that were like our friends, they made friends with their table mates at dinner. So we kind of like glopped onto their group and we're like one big group.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But we ate dinner by ourselves every night.
Yeah, we need our time.
Yeah. And we needed to just exist. Like more power to our friends for doing that. But we had fun.
But yeah, and then unfortunately
morning came.
It was over. We had docked in Civitavecchia, Rome, adjacent. Now it's an hour outside of Rome. So if you have a cruise leaving in and out of Rome, it's not in Rome.
Which we'll get into.
Yeah.
Because that was quite the adventure.
Episode. But yeah, the last morning came. We had to get out. Now we did enjoy one last breakfast with our friends. We did it in the main dining room, which was kind of a nice send off.
Oh yeah, it was totally worth it doing in the main dining room. It
says chill, not the stress of the buffet, and one last hurrah. But yeah. That was our transatlantic cruise. What did you think overall? Transatlantic cruise, final thoughts, any?
Oh, I loved it. I loved every second of it. I think the weather being kind of wonky was a little bit of a bummer. I do wish that we had had some better weather along the way so that we could have enjoyed just relaxing by the pool and getting a tan and just existing. But other than that, I really have no complaints.
You're a transatlantic cruise believer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Josh had been trying to get me on a transatlantic cruise for probably 2 years. And I was like, I am not.
What am I going to do on a ship for 2 weeks?
Let me tell you, I could give you some ideas. That was probably the best 3 weeks of my life. Genuinely.
Yeah.
I miss it every day. But who knows? We'll be on one soon.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Unless Josh decides to get a new job again or something. I don't know.
But yeah. Well, before we end out the episode, what do you wish you had known?
Kind of backtracking a little bit to our last couple days on the cruise.
Okay.
I wish I had known how worth it getting a massage was.
Oh.
Let me tell you, I would have been doing that on every single cruise. Now, the downside of this is they are very expensive. But now I have this like newfound obsession. And I'm like, oh, but I need to get one. Now, let the record show, we've been on plentiful cruises since then, and I have literally not gotten a massage a single time because every single time it's way too expensive. But let this be your sign that like it's worth it. Do it. If you're looking for a way to like splurge on something, just do it. Get a massage. It was so worth it. Like beyond worth it. It was probably the first time in years that I had like no pain in my body. Like the pain had been wiped away. It was amazing. Yeah. I wish I had known how. Now maybe my girl was just better than yours. I don't know.
Maybe. I think, yeah, I kind of said earlier, it was a very relaxing experience, so I did enjoy that. Like I really was like zenned out, vegged out, but maybe I just need more of a deep tissue massage. I feel like I didn't, or maybe my person wasn't as good, but I just didn't get, or maybe I wasn't in as much pain either. I don't know, but I just didn't get the sense of relief maybe, or really deep tissue, but it was very relaxing.
She was like, I was about to cry. It hurt so bad, but it like hurt in like the best way. Like I was like, yes. Like she was, oh my God, like I can like feel how good it felt. Oh my God, she was so good at her job.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered her name. I would shout her out every day.
Shout out.
Oh my gosh, if I ever get back on the Divina, I'm gonna be searching for, I'm gonna be like, where is my girl? Can you please pull up my chart, my records? I don't know. But I wish it was so worth it. But I do think like you have to be like in a space where you need one.
Maybe. Yeah, that's where.
You know?
Yeah.
We had a long trip. We had been busy and chaos, and it was like the last couple days, and we'd been walking around and everything, and I was just in pain. So much pain.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I want to book massage.
Yeah. If we go to Costa Maya anytime again soon, there's this like outdoor spa hut that's like I've heard a lot of people talk about.
The Mayan rituals.
Oh, yes, that.
Yeah. We saw them the last time we were there, and I was like, wish I would have known. I would have done that. Yeah, the Mayan healing rituals. I would. Okay. Let's go.
Costa Maya. Let's go. Before Royal Caribbean turns it into Perfect Day or Mexico. They're building something in Costa Maya. 2027, so we have a year maybe.
Everything gets ruined. The ice caps are melting. Like we're never gonna see the northern lights. We're never gonna get Mayan healing rituals, I guess. I don't know. I wish I had known how amazing the massage experience would be.
Get a massage.
The spa experience, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was our first ever foray into the spa.
Totally.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I was kind of shocked it was so nice because the Divina is a bit of an older ship. Man, the like room that you go into had like a giant window that looked out into the ocean, and the lighting was so nice, and there was like oh my God, like essential oils in the air and a diffuser, and oh my God, I literally could have cried. I might now. It's all I can think about, actually. Give me a massage right now. Anyways, what do you wish you had known?
Well, what I wish I had known was on this trip so transatlantic cruise from Miami to Rome, but once we made it to mainland Europe, Lisbon and beyond, the casino and all onboard spending changed to euros. So I don't know if this happens on all cruise lines, but on MSC, once you touch Europe, everything switches to euros, even if you came from the United States.
Yeah, and it seemed like nobody else knew that either, because we found out through like chitter chatter on the ship. Like, I think we heard some man walking by being like, "Hey, yo, make sure you cash out. Everything's turning into euros or something." And I was like, "Huh?"
So yeah, thank God he said that, because I had a lot of cash out vouchers. And then all the casino was in euros.
Even if you had an American dollar cash out voucher, they were giving you it back in whatever what do they call it? Not the transfer, the conversion was in euro.
So yeah, wish I had known, but thankfully when I got all my euros out, I just applied it to my bill. So I had racked up quite a bill. So thankfully I get to pay some of that down before we left. But yeah, wish we had known. Everything turned to euros, and it was just interesting. But that is our episode, Transatlantic cruise. I wish we could go back.
Me too. It was such an amazing opportunity, and we were so spontaneous. It was so cool.
It was so cool. Let's be spontaneous again. Let's go tomorrow. They don't do them. Now, one note on transatlantic cruises before we go, they only do them in like the spring and the fall. It's to get ships from America to Europe for the summer. So they typically leave around like April, May from USA to Europe, and then they come back around like October, November, because a lot of ships from the Caribbean spend their summers in the Med. So if you want to go on one, that's kind of the time period. You can't just go on one whenever. But with that, we'll end out the episode here. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, do all the things. If you are listening, be sure to leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. And we want to hear from you guys for our Wish You Were Here segment. So be sure to leave all your travel advice, opinions, stories, any travel questions you might have for us. Leave it on our website, passportpalspodcast.com, where we react and answer every single Friday. But with that, we will see you guys on Friday. And where to next?